Okay, it's gonna start, but we're gonna see. I'll share it first. I'll tag you. I think it's the best if you like quote tweet it. To be honest, that's what's worked in the past. Let me see. Hello. Okay, here we go. Tweet. Oh shit. Hold on. I don't know what's going on. No, what's going on here? Your account has been locked. Oh no.
What?
No way. To unlock your account, pass an arc. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, let's see. What the heck? Okay, let's see. Okay, I probably can just unlock it right now. Thank you. Okay, I'm unlocked. Okay, what the heck? That was wild. Okay, I'm gonna tag you, and then you can just retweet it. It's wild, live on camera too. I love it. They're trying to get us. Those bots are trying to get us.
I know, right? Oh my gosh, it's been wild. I've been like, I've been talking on Twitter, and it's like they're back.
It's insane. Did you see it?
Yeah, let me see. Okay. That's so funny. I'm quote tweet too.
What does this say? Real quick, what is a super follow? What is that?
It is like, so if someone was to super follow someone, basically you can you can like write tweets to them and only they see it. So it's like a separate thing. So it's like only your super followers can see the content. You can also host like Twitter Spaces with just your super followers. You can charge from like $3.99 to like up. Mine's like the lowest price because I was like, I'm so ADD, I'm gonna forget to use this thing. But it's like kind of like a way to support people. And also like if you're a super follower, like usually like their notifications when they like respond to your tweet will show up. So it's like I engage with them more, so it also benefits them as well. But
wow, that's
I like
wild.
Yeah, so it's like if I like don't want to like tweet something to everyone, I'll just tweet it to like the super followers.
That's fucking awesome. Do like people that have Twitter Blue, do they get better access, or no? It's just you have to pay separately.
Wait, I got a notification. I got so distracted. What did you say? Your question?
I said if you have Twitter Blue, does it like can you just super follow her off that, or do you have to pay separately?
It's just separate.
Like I have Twitter Blue. Do you have
Twitter
Blue?
The Twitter Blue. I mean, you can edit your tweets, right? And you can use a hexagon, but I don't know. You can undo your tweets. I mean, I think they upped the price on Twitter Blue, so it's like I'm grandfathered in until like a certain date, and then they stopped allowing me to edit my tweets, and I think they're trying to get me to cancel my subscription so I could pay more.
What are they going up to? Because it's like $2.99, right?
Is it? It's supposed to go up.
Oh,
they said they upped the price like $3.
Yeah. $3 to edit my tweets? Come on, I'm firing it off. I don't care what it says. Like, let's go. All right, okay. I'm gonna play the theme song. Let's get into this.
Okay, let's go. Let me put this in my on-chain.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh, oops, I need to share my screen. Okay, share screen.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's go.
We're riding. Hype happy hour, talking about life, so you might feel empowered. Hype happy hour, tornado on the mic with a guest giving flowers. Hype happy hour, tools and reviews provide life tapping power. Hype happy hour, positive and light with advice, build your tower. Happiness is key, so you gotta bring the smiles out. Inspiration needs a bit of passion to just wild out. Positivity and optimism when we ride out. Enthusiasm and dreams, gotta feed them till your time's out.
Let's freaking go.
Ooh, that freaking
Let's
hyped me
go.
up. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I was
Banger
kinda
theme
like,
song.
let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
That's
Okay, Hyped
good.
Happy Hour, episode 24. I am Gentle Tornado. I am your host on this magical motivational journey. I am here because I created a company called Live Hyped. Hyped is an acronym that stands for happiness, inspiration, positivity, enthusiasm, and dreams. If you look at the bottom left, my logo is an H with a heartbeat in the middle because we never know how many heartbeats we have in this life. So we here at Hyped live to the best of our ability every single day. I am on an absolute mission, an absolute bender to make positivity louder. And I'm doing that through Hyped. And I want to bridge the gap between Web3 and personal life. And we do that here on the Hyped Happy Hour. So today on episode 24, I am joined by someone that is truly so genuine, so humbling, so incredible, so nice. Morgan, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you doing? Let's go. This is awesome.
I'm fired up. I'm fired up. Listen, we start off straight away with what are we grateful for today? So what are you grateful for today?
Today I'm grateful for family. Like my dad, he came to visit. I think he's probably watching this right now. Like from Twitter, I had to figure out how his Twitter account works, and like he hasn't used it since like 2012, and he was like, "What the heck did I tweet?" But he's watching right now. I'm grateful for just having the ability to have like my dad around for him to come here and visit. So yeah.
That's awesome. That is amazing. So we get straight into it, and what I want you to do is give me like an origin story. Who's Morgan? Maybe you can start childhood. You don't have to. Give me everything, who you are, and how you got into Web3.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. This is like an origin story of me. I can talk. All right, let's see. Let me figure this out where I'm gonna start. So I mean, growing up, I can say like I have like really bad ADHD, right? Constantly crazy, running around, getting into much trouble. And my mom, she helped me a lot through a lot of it. She took me to even therapy. The therapist was like she's like broken, she needs to be fixed. My mom was like, no, she does not. She's not broken. She doesn't need to be fixed. She just needs to amplify whatever's going on and make it, better. And then, so she took me out of therapy. She grabbed the books. She learned it. She's not really like the nurturing kind of mom. So she's more of like, she was able to like do it by the book. So she raised me basically by the book, like the emotions, the whatever she needed to do, and like me crying, all those things. She just was able to, do her thing with the book, right? Because I gotta do, she's crying, okay, you deal with that, like, that's it. That's like how she was. I mean, she was super structured, and like, so that helped me out a lot. I got into trouble all the time in elementary school. I don't even remember much in the classroom because I spent most of my time in the office. It was like the circled desk, the circled table, brown circle table in the corner, and I would sit there with my books and just kind of be there. Like, I remember that. Yeah. And then I think one day, like some girl was like making me so mad or something, and like I don't know what the heck. I was 8 years old, and I ended up scratching her. I warned her. I was like, "You need to stop what you're doing. Oh gosh," and like whatever. And she was bullying someone else. She was like making so that's like the one issue. And I was like, you need to stop like making fun of people. But I was like super impulsive as a kid. I didn't know what to do because it was making me so mad. So I ended up like scratching her, and then I like missed like the best field trip of the year. So, but I remember that. But I mean, going forward, like my childhood was like that, but like still, I was able to slowly, I was on like a whole foods diet. My mom, she was able to figure out ways to like manage my ADHD without medication. When my childhood, so I was able to kind of learn. So in the future, like I didn't have to like depend on it, and I was able to kind of be me. And then middle school, I mean, like it was a good time, but like I just still wasn't doing very well in school. And then I went like I had like a really close friend of mine growing up. I mean, before NFT Twitter and all these things, my whole thing has like been like taking care of people, right? So I had like this friend, his name was like I don't know, Evan, whatever, but he had like autism, right? So throughout elementary school, middle school, and high school, like he was like super outgoing, right? Like he was a super cool kid, but like, he used to be bullied a lot. And I just would take him everywhere. We would go out, hang out, you know, me and him, we go to the pool, and I meet like make people like, you know, say, this is Evan, like he's my friend, like, you know, I got him involved with things. Like that's just, you know, all growing up, this is how it was. Like I used to, you know, just like bring people together. You know, if I see someone left out, I was more likely to leave my friend group and go sit to the next to them at like the lunchroom. Like I was never like in a specific group. Like there was the popular people, there was blah blah blah. I was just like that person that was like everywhere. Like I just always wanted to talk to people, get people together, like community, whatever, you know, bring everyone in one group and instead of like separating everything. And he ended up actually being valedictorian in high school. So yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Journey for him. Like he went to community college after that. He was awesome. He's doing a lot of great things. And then, I mean, in high school, I had really bad grades, and then I was, you know, sometimes skipping school, all these things. And then one day, you know, I was told like by someone that I was never gonna make it. I would never go to college. All these different things. And I don't know what happened, but I like kind of snapped, right? Like I was like, excuse me, like I'm not like stupid. I'm just having fun, like. But I guess whatever. So I basically was like, okay, there's homework. So then I was like, yeah, I'm doing homework now. I ended up going from like, I don't even know, like a 2.0 something in high school to getting 4.0 GPA. And then like I then went to community college. And during community college, I went ham. Like when I mean ham, and I worked. I worked with a kid with special needs. He wasn't able to communicate. He was sorry. Apparently my phone was interfering with the mic on Twitter.
Oh shit.
Okay, so I don't know what was happening, but I moved that. But
yeah, you sound great. You sound great. So I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. I was like, I got so distracted.
That's
so,
okay.
I worked with a kid with special needs, so he wasn't able to communicate or talk or anything. Like he was just able to like he was 8 years old. He was able to communicate like he was able to like he just couldn't say words. Like the part of his brain just didn't communicate words, right? But he knew what he wanted. He was like there, but he wasn't able to express himself. So I worked with him during when I was in school. In community college, and I worked with him throughout the day, took him to therapy, and I did a lot of things with him all throughout the weekend. I worked like 12-hour shifts, like Friday and Saturday and Sunday. I worked in the morning until night throughout the whole day. I worked with him with techniques and motivating. I was 17, 18 working with him, and I started to love it. So I started to reach out to more families. I worked with lots of different kinds of children. I worked with kids with sensory deficits. I worked with kids with autism. I worked with kids with cerebral palsy. This is all during school. So I had like different families I would reach out to. And at the same time, I was getting biology, doing biology. I became the student ambassador, senator. I was in the student board, and I was also on the women's soccer team. And I ended up getting a 4.0 GPA during the whole time too. And so I was working, and I was playing soccer, every single day, and then going to work afterwards with all the different kids. And one day, like I was working with the kid, the initial kid, the first kid, and his mom was like really frustrated with his brother. His brother has a bad ADD, ADHD, and so I sat down with her and I talked to her about it. And I said, you know what, I'll come back to you. And then I actually sat down at my computer and then I wrote a huge thing on ADHD. Like I wrote about the positive traits and how to like mirror your traits and make how to like see your child. And I explained ADHD in a way. It was like 20 pages, but I wrote it all down and I actually took it to her, and she read it and she asked me to sign it. She gave it away. She gave it to all of her families from her groups and all from like moms who have kids with ADHD, and she gave it away to all the moms. And so then I got more like opportunities to like work and talk to their families. So, and then basically that's what I did all during community college. And then my last year of community college, I was like I want to do nursing because I really love helping people, and I really love like just being around people and doing stuff, because I was constantly all over the place. Like I was doing, going to meetings, I was going to the board meetings, I was talking to, the main people of like, the county where I lived, and playing soccer and all those other things. So I like was wanting to apply to a school with a good nursing program. So I like decided to apply to UNC, a whole bunch of other places, Ohio State. I applied to Stanford. I applied to a whole bunch of places. I was like, I'm going above and beyond, right? So I actually got accepted to every single college that I applied to. And then, but I wanted to I chose UNC because the nursing program was like top for public school. I didn't like Duke. I like applied there. But I went to their tour and I was like, no, I could not handle that vibe, that energy. It just didn't feel like, like a home. UNC felt like 100% like a home. And then, I went to UNC and like, I felt like, I felt like I went from big fish to like a small pond at this community college to like this small fish in like a place, because I moved from Maryland to North Carolina all alone, right? I never, dealt with that before. And so I was like, whoa, this is different. What do I do now? It was a hard transformation, right? And I was like, you know what? I need to like do something. So I like I joined a sorority and all these things. Then basically after that, I did the sorority stuff and I was like doing really bad in school because I was like, what is going on? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm like partying too much. Like, I was just having like a fun time because I didn't know, like, I was just trying to make friends and, do stuff. And like, I was also, I also needed to work because like I needed to pay the, tuition and stuff. I mean, because before, community college, like in community college, my mom, she's like a hairdresser. So we weren't making much money. So I needed to get into college. Even community college, we needed financial assistance, right? So I wouldn't be able to go. And so basically I needed to work. So I worked 3 jobs during school in UNC as well. I figured out, I found families and I did the same thing, that worked with kids. And I joined like a small miracle helping kids that didn't have health insurance. And I did, then I worked with this, like, Because It Takes a Village, which was like another thing that connected me with families that couldn't really afford it. And then I ended up branching off and I was like, I like to work for myself. So I ended up doing my own thing and kind of bringing my own kind of business where I was working with kids around the area, made a schedule and, helping people. So that's what I was doing. And then basically like, I wanted to go to nursing school. I decided that their own nursing school. So I only applied to nursing school at UNC. I didn't apply to any other nursing school because I was like, I'm doing nursing school. I came to UNC. I'm doing it here. I went to the counselor and she's like, do you have a plan B? Because like looking at your grades, it's a little bit, because it was low. And then I was like, no, this is what I'm going to do. She was like, well, you might need a plan B because you're probably not going to get into the nursing school. I left and I was like, excuse me, I'm not going to get into the nursing school. And so I was like, whatever. I like worked hard. I went to the nursing school. I made friends with the people at the nursing school, with the dean and everyone. I was like, I like this nursing school, this is who I am. Applied, I got in. And this is like where my whole life like went crazy. Because how I ended up kind of here, right? So basically I did everything in nursing school. We had like a time during the summer where we had to pick like, what we're going to do. Like if people were going to hospitals, I decided to apply to like be volunteer at a kid called Victory Junction. It's a camp tailored towards kids with special needs and, also like medical disorders and diseases. So I did heart, lung, kidney disease, and I worked with kids with cerebral palsy. So it was, went through 1 week, it was a sleepaway camp and I hung out with all these kids. And at the end of that, at the end of that week, like I was like, we had like this thing where we were sitting and we were talking about, something about inspire them or whatever. And a kid said something to me and she was like, you changed my life. And like, you made me feel like I'm like not alone here. And so does this camp because these kids were like, I can't think exactly what she said, but I was just like driven. Like I saw when she said, I was in tears, like I was crying, the kid was crying, and she even like, like she hugged me. I was like, oh my gosh, so cute. But like those kids, like they go from, being, again, like how I felt when I went to UNC, this small fish in a big pond of everyone was different, and they were different and everyone else was the same. People laughed at them, made fun of them, and they went to this camp and they said like, they felt like they weren't alone. They were with people that had the same thing with them, and like that, that was like inspirational for me. But moving forward, after I volunteered at this camp, I was also volunteering at hospitals, helping every single unit and stuff. And then I was going on to the last semester of nursing school. I was, driving home. It was after I got my, I had a stick shift and I got the transmission fixed or whatever, and they messed up my car a couple times. I had to take it back because I was like, the first gear is missing in my car. Can you guys fix this? Like, because like they were like, no, just skip it. It's okay. And I was like, skip it? I need all my gears, right? They're trying to figure this out because I think I was driving to Maryland the next day, and I was like, there's like, you were supposed to, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I need all my gears. Like, just skip it and like figure it out. And then I went back to the place and then they fixed it. But like the next day after I was driving home from work, I actually got in a really bad car accident. So this is like where my whole life like went for a hit. Cause I was driving and the whole thing freaking broke. I couldn't brake. I was going 55 miles an hour. Boom. I hit in the back of a truck. And so after that day, like it was wild. I couldn't remember things. Like I was suffering from, I called it post-concussion syndrome, and it escalated because of nursing school and all the work and all the stress and everything that was going on. So basically after that, like I couldn't continue nursing school at that time. I was like trying to work, but then I wasn't doing clinical hours because I didn't feel safe taking care of people because my brain was like weird. And I was gonna tell, the instructor, and I was trying to do clinical hours because it didn't add up or whatever. I didn't have enough. But when I submitted the hours, apparently I didn't do the math right, of course. So, but that's like illegal. Like you're not allowed to mess up your clinical hours, right? So I went to the meeting. I was like, can we meet, because like my clinical hours are low, I know this. And then like she sat me down at the meeting the next day and was like, this doesn't add up, you added it all wrong, all this blah 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 blah. And I was like, whoa. And then all I heard was fail the course, and I went like my brain wasn't already working at the time. Like I was like really bad, like my brain was blacking out. And then after that, like I was like, what is going on? I had to do meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting. Went to like a psychiatrist and then I medically withdrew from school because it was like really bad. It was like the point where, I'm walking to the door and I end up somewhere else down the street, right? It's like I didn't remember anything from opening this door to how I got down the street. Like that's how bad it was.
Holy
and
shit.
then yeah, it was really bad, and I was having migraines, and it was like this mixture of nursing school and like whatever was going on, and then it amplified. Apparently, like I went to a neurologist, and they said it was amplifying my ADHD. It was giving me like super manic like episodes too. Like it did something crazy to everything. So I was like, whoa. I did like occupational therapy, speech therapy, got brain. I was like fixing my brain. I was doing IQ tests. And like figuring out how to fix my brain because I don't remember anything. I lost all my memory. Like everything was gone. Like whoop, zip. Yeah. So I was trying to strengthen my brain. My eyes weren't really working either. Everything was like discombobulated. I did that for a year. I went back to nursing school to finish this one semester I had left. Right. This one I did all these semesters of nursing school. One semester I had left. It was it. Tried to go back. And then what happened that time? Oh gosh, this is a lot. This is crazy. Okay, so that's what happened because this is twice. I had to go back to school. So basically, I ended up finding some roommate on like Facebook. Like, and then it ended up being really bad. She actually, she has anorexia, and then she had a whole bunch of psychiatry issues and all these things. And me being me, I'm always like trying to help people, which is really bad. It's good and it's bad, to the point where I was trying to help her out and help her life more than deal with my life. And she was like OCD, so she had to clean at this hour, vacuum at this hour. She was vacuuming like boom on my door at like not 10 p.m. every day. She wouldn't let me eat. She put the plates and stuff like high up, I don't know, where I couldn't reach. She would hide everything. She'd always tell me like to not be in the kitchen when she was eating, and like I was like trying to make food, but the pots were like 10 feet above my head. And then, it was like this big thing. And then she follow me everywhere, say that she wanted to be like me and that she wanted all these things. I woke up one day and she was right there next to me in my bed. I got a lock on my door. And then I was just trying to, then I went to therapy to communicate. I was like, I need help. I went to this therapist. I was like, I need help. I need to be able to learn how to communicate with my roommate, right? So I could go through school. And so I tried to learn communication skills with that. I mean, like I learned them in nursing school, but I was like trying to explain to the therapist what was going on so I could help her at home, basically. And so I was so fixated on helping this girl like that, I was getting really stressed out and I needed to figure out a way out, but I couldn't figure out a way to move out. And like it was so much money to get into another place and move all my crap, and then I had exams. So I did all of that, like moved out, used whatever I had to get out of that place. And I got like an Airbnb, took the test, was off 0.05% of the exam. So you need like 74% to pass, right? So I got I was like not like, I was like, really? Is this so close? And they're like, no, we don't round up. So I was like, of course, right? So I stayed in North Carolina for the night. I was like, I'm gonna go back again. I took like a hiatus for a little bit. I went traveling, all these different things, trying to get my mindset. And then I was like, I'm at it again. I'm going back to school. Then like I went back. I ended up, moving in like with this guy that I kind of met. I was like so stupid. And then for school, because I thought I could get like, maybe like he's nice, right? I could just do that and, have half rent or whatever, and not like do the roommate thing, but I don't know how good this is. And then we moved in, and then like my apartment was like broken into, and I was like, whatever, sexually assaulted in my bed with a naked homeless man. Yeah, it was really bad. I had an exam the next day. Yeah, I don't care. I'm like super open book. I've told the story many times. Like, it is bad.
Yeah.
Like, one thing after the other in my life. Like I said, like I was just hit with all these things. I had to deal with that. He was crying every single night, freaking out about the door. And I was like, dude, hello. Like, and then I had to take him to fix him, and he couldn't handle it. He left. He took the TV, the Wi-Fi. He took everything from the house, and I was like left with the bed. But so then I tried to continue nursing school, and I was like, you know what? Like, I can't. Something is telling me that something is not working out here. And then COVID happened, and I was like, okay, fine. I left North Carolina, went back home, and then I went back home, and then what's it called? I was driving somewhere. I was making money by doing like Uber Eats or something, right? And then I was driving, and then as I was driving this car, my new car that I got, I saved up for it, I was paying payments on it. But this was after the accident. I got a new car. But anyways, I was driving, and there was this car in front of me. I remember this. The car was right in front of me, and they they swiveled out of the way, and all of a sudden there was a stopped vehicle right in front of me. I tried to move out of the way, but I'm obviously in a busy highway in DC. Tried to move out of the way, ended up hitting them on the side, right? Totaling my car. They're fine. I'm like, oh my God, again. But I didn't have major issues. I mean, I have issues with people with driving a little bit now. It's people slowing brakes and braking really fast and all these things. I was freaking car accident after car accident. What is going on with my life, right? And then so basically after that, I then got a job with this guy. I worked was working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 48-hour shift with a guy with dementia. And then during that time, I decided to go back to school because it was all during COVID, right? And I went doing UNC because I was like, I spent all this time and this money and like all these situations at UNC, and I didn't get a degree because I had to leave because of the nursing program, right? So I
you went back?
I did all online during COVID.
Oh, okay.
I figured out a way to finish a random like a degree, right? So I did that. And basically I got like, it's like a mixture degree of like, biology, anthropology, and psychology all compared into one. They were able to figure out a way for me to get like this mixture degree. So, but I did whatever courses I needed to do, all the classes I did. And so I was able to get that degree from UNC. And at the time I was also working with a guy with dementia, like 3 days a week. I love that guy. He's absolutely amazing. I don't want to talk about that right now because like he just passed. But so basically I did that, and then I tried going back to school again for nursing, but in Maryland. I am like the most determined person. If you can't tell with On-Chain TV, like I am there every single day. And same with these freaking bots, right? I am so determined to get rid of these bots. I ended up getting in contact with Twitter, talked to their team, their tech team. I was talking with someone who knew how to code. We were like using Python to freaking find these bots and figure out. I was like, when I'm a determined person, I'm like,
yeah. But so before you continue, did you end up getting your nursing license?
No, then I ended up finding Web3.
Okay. Okay, cool. Because I'm like, I think there's been enough things to say to not be a nurse, so I'm excited to go.
Now that's all my whole life. So basically,
okay.
I decided to drop out of nursing school. Like put a pause on nursing school for Web3. But when that started, I got into Dogecoin, and Dogecoin found like basically Dogecoin went up. I ended up finding Twitter. And then all that is pretty much history. I never used social media in the day of my life. Like never been on social media. I went from 100 followers on the day I joined Twitter like last year in June to 100 and something followers in like 10 months. Never didn't understand social media. I was not a social media person. I don't even understand the culture of social media. I had to teach myself, right? I was just me on here, and all of a sudden like I was just like something like in NFTs. So I mean, like then that's when one day like I chose like 3 months ago to just drop the nursing program, and everything in my life that I just explained to you led me right here. So
what a fucking journey. Like let's just say that real quick. God. There's a bunch of stuff to touch on. You're obviously a caregiver, so that explains a lot of like you wanting to do the spaces every single night to bring community together. Yeah, fucking wild. You've had a wild fucking journey. I'm glad that you stopped nursing school because I think there was definitely enough signs for that. And then, yeah, so like, how did you just found Twitter because of Doge, or how did you?
Yeah, Dogecoin. It was just like people were talking about it, and then like on the news or something, it was like tweets or something. Where to find it on Twitter, and then I ended up on Twitter, and I was like Dogecoin to the moon.
Oh
and then like and I was doing like I was an AMC stock because I bought a whole bunch of stocks when the market dropped. I got it like $3 or $4 AMC. I got like Dogecoin like 0.007 or something like that. Like I was just like on Robinhood. It's just like that. I feel like everyone in the space has been onboarded that way. But I mean, yeah, pretty much that's what happened. I just like decided one day I was like, okay, I Dogecoin to the moon. I was like 100 followers. I said AMC to the moon. I was like, oh my God, it's so freaking active. Like I was getting likes. I was like, what the heck is going on? I started getting addicted, and I was on my phone, and like I was having a great time because everyone was so nice and talking about stuff, and we were just so hyped because everyone together was like winning, right? Dogecoin to $1. Like I was like going to spaces. I was like I made it I had like a group of friends. It was like stocks and also a crypto Dogecoin community, and we would hang out, go to events and stuff. So yeah,
that's wild. So how did you get into the NFTs part of that? How did you transition to NFTs?
The Dogecoin, like being in Dogecoin, like they had like the Doge Pound NFT, and like they were talking about like that, and then they gifted me an NFT from the Doge Pound. They're gifting like people in the community who've been around the Dogecoin community like NFTs, and then also I got like this other one. It was like Rumble Kong or something. I was gifted that one, and then I was like, this is cool. And then I kind of like just ended up being in NFTs. But I heard about it a long time ago from a friend who has heard it from someone while he was working somewhere. But I didn't understand anything. He was talking about Dot and like basketball, and I tried looking up what an NFT was. It was like didn't make any sense. But yeah.
And so did you like get into Bored Apes early, or how, like, were you early on any projects?
No, I don't. No, not really. It wasn't like I joined right after the Bored Ape thing. Like I was right after everything. I was like, so
June
yeah,
or something, like June of last year, maybe.
yeah. So
Yeah. I minted
yeah.
my V friends and then decided to just not mint Bored Apes and basically not do anything for the next like 2 months. So that's okay because we're riding every single day. So won't make that mistake again.
It's okay. I mean,
Well,
like everything went up, everything went down, right? We're all still kind of holding, and you know, it's how it is.
No, it's a fun. I'm here for more things than just money. So
Oh
I love
yeah,
it.
like yeah.
I think we all. I think like I think people
At this
do
point,
enjoy the
everyone
money.
is still here on Twitter. It's like we're just vibing together, right? I'm
Yeah.
hosting my spaces. You know, you're pumping everyone up every day. We got, you know, Alex freaking spaces. We got the drama spaces in the middle of the night. We got all sorts of stuff going on. We're just living in it, right? We're here building and living in it and enjoying it and just having fun. I mean, I'm having fun every day. So
100%. There was literally just a random this guy Z who I've been GMing with for like the past 4 weeks. He had a spaces. He's been doing spaces for like 3 weeks, and Alex and Bark, and we were all in there last night, King Fud. So we had like 400. Then Frank comes in. There's like 1,000 listeners. This guy's like been doing spaces for 3 weeks, but he's such a genuine guy. It was so cool. We were just all vibing. It was like just late night vibes, and your space is always a vibe. I love to pop in there. So yeah, it's just I think it's just a good time. I think we all just want to make this space better, the world better. Like we just want to go forward. And I think that's like super fun to have that culture here.
yeah. Yeah.
All right. So let's get into it. So hyped, I go word by word and we go through each letter, which the first letter is H for happiness. And I'm going to share my screen really quick. And I'm going to read you my favorite definition of success. Here we go. Okay, so it's Success by Ralph Waldo Emerson. To laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate the beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition. To know even one life is breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded. How do you feel about that?
I like it.
Yeah. I mean, what's your favorite part?
Just like, you know, living, you know, when you know that you're happy, like, you know, you've succeeded, you know, when, you know, you're just like enjoying, I mean, like you were enjoying your life, right? Like, you know, happiness, like you were saying, happiness and, you know, the joy of life, you know, that's like, yeah, I mean, like, what's better than that? Like, I mean, people say that success is basically, you know, money and all these things, but you can have like $1 million, right? And like, at the end of the day, like, how do you, like, you're there, right? But you've succeeded, but are you happy, right? You're like, now what, right? There's a lot of people that happen with that. So, I mean, yeah.
I love it. So the first question is, what makes you happy every day?
Oh my gosh, every day makes me happy. I wake up in the morning and I just hop out of bed and like I get ready for my day and I like tell myself like today is going to be a good day. And I'm just like super excited every single day for whatever happens. Like no matter what. I mean, like my life makes me happy. I've always been like a super happy person, which is probably why everything that's gone on with me, I'm like been able to kind of get through it. Like, but I mean everything like what makes me happy is just like, you know, like I have this intrinsic drive that like helps me, you know, keep on going, right? So
yeah. And happy affirmations every day for sure. Like if you start your morning off like that, it just catapults you into the rest of the day.
You wake
like
up
having
like,
a winning
it's like
yeah. You have like a winning mindset, and like I've been telling people, like you just look for any type of win. It could be the smallest thing. It could be like, oh, like my coffee was ready 5 minutes earlier today than yesterday or something. I don't know, but you could find a little win and you catapult the rest of your day, and you just start looking for these small wins in your life, and it's just like fucking crazy. It's just like, it just catapults it. It's like a fucking boulder down a hill. It's insane, actually.
Yeah, no, yeah, it really is.
All right. What is the happiest moment of your life so far?
Whoa.
This is a good one. This always gets people.
Oh my gosh. I can't think this fast. The happiest moment in my life? The happy, like, there was like a, I don't know what the happiest, I don't know. I could talk. The first thing that comes to my mind was when I remembered the kid back to the story, the kid that I was working with, like him being able, they gave him this thing where he could press a button and then talk. I've never felt so happy in my life, and I was crying. He was telling me he was hungry. He was telling me he was thirsty. Oh my gosh, I was like so ecstatic that day. That day I'll never forget. That moment, like that was amazing. And then I guess, yeah. So with my life, I guess also my family, like being all together on a vacation trip too, was like happiest time. But I don't know. I'm always freaking like happy. But for that moment when he was being able to communicate with me, I have never felt so like happy for something ever in my life.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's just like so awesome that you said that, because I think like it shows your humility, and I think it's like something that I preach a lot is like being happy for other people and seeing other people win. And like, especially someone like you said, like the kid that you were helping out and you were caring for him, like in this space. Like, so last night, like I DM'd that guy Z, and I was like, dude, I'm so happy for you. You've been out here grinding. Like the fact that these guys are in here is a blessing. Like it's so incredible. And like, it was just genuine happiness to see someone else win or like get to a next part in their life. So to see that kid be able to communicate is like, I mean, I'm even thinking about it. I'm happy right now that he was able to do that, because like I'm sure you guys worked for a while for that.
Over a year. I mean, he wasn't able to say anything to me. Like, are you hungry? Are you thirsty? What do you need? He was so frustrated. And the day that he was able to press the button and say, I'm thirsty, I'm mad, I'm sad, music, burst into tears. Like, it was like the freaking best day for it. Like, this kid who's been like trapped and not being able to talk and tell everyone what he wants was able to freaking speak for the first time. I was like, it made my day.
That's awesome. Let's go. Okay. Last question under happiness is, what are some top communities that you're a part of? Besides on-chain TV. So let's put on-chain TV aside, and let's like maybe a few NFT projects that you just enjoy or that you're a part of.
I mean, besides on-chain TV is like a huge part like of everything. This community, like what I've built around me.
Fuck it. Let's talk about on-chain TV. Just talk about on-chain TV. I want to hear about it. I want to hear about that.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So,
I don't care. Let's do it.
Okay. So the biggest. So can you ask it again? I like cut off the on-chain TV part.
So like obviously that's your top community that you built. So like, just talk to me a little bit about it. Like, what makes you happy about it? Why are you so driven by it? Like, what do you? Maybe your goals or something. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, it all started with just like friends up on stage, just like shooting the crap, right? We're just hanging out, talking about NFTs and stuff. And like, I mean, and then eventually, we turned from like these late night DJs, all night long. Like we would go all night long to the freaking morning. Like I would fall asleep on the phone. People would still be talking, right? But I did that for a while. And then we ended up doing, something called on-chain TV. I wanted to kind of make it like an entity, because everyone showing up every single day was like really supportive and they were really engaging. It just felt like a family. So I kind of wanted to make it from late night DJs to like an entity of on-chain TV. And basically my whole goal, because I just wanted people to come up and talk and like hang out, talk about the events, what's going on Twitter, and how everyone feels about certain things going on, the whole inclusivity of it all, having people come up and share what their thoughts were, and having a stage where it wasn't like people were being cut off because of followers, because of their profile picture, because of whatever, just listening and having, normal conversations about certain topics. And I mean, with on-chain TV, I want to build it and help space with education. I've been building slowly, and I'm doing that for a reason. It's like I always say, it's like not a race, it's a marathon, right? To do all the things I want to do all at once, it can be more likely to fail, right? So I'm just slowly building it out, adding more things, testing the waters, watching what everyone else is doing. I have a plan, I have all these things I'm going to do, but I like waiting for it, and like I'm slowly implementing things. And I think just my goal is to kind of educate and just bring people together and make people feel safe. And yeah, I mean, give a platform for anyone to speak about things, any topics in the space, and for people just to feel like they are heard. So, because there's a lot of people in this world who have a voice but aren't heard. So I wanted to get a platform for people to be heard. Yeah.
I love it. I think one of the best things about Twitter Spaces is that someone could come up, speak, get practice in speaking. Public speaking is the number one fear in the world, and so I think like it creates like another dynamic to getting information across faster than any other form of information, like transferring information I've ever seen, to like creating a connection, but also being able to speak freely. And like honestly, in our space, like a pretty neutral space as far as like being supportive of someone that may not be that good at speaking, which is amazing because it's not easy to be a good speaker.
No, yeah, it's super hard. I mean, coming up on spaces, I mean, I host spaces all the time, but if I go on to like a space like that I'm not familiar with, I'm like, I don't know why it happens. Like, I don't know anyone. I'm like, hello? Like, I don't know what it is, but I host spaces all the time. But it takes and so I understand how hard it is to just come up and talk, right? It's super hard. So I think like giving people just the ability to like listen and, enjoy and talk, and maybe one time they'll come up, and when they do, it's freaking awesome. Like seeing a listener come up, like, cause I like watch to see who's like, there, and seeing them come up and talk for the first time, it's like, oh my gosh, hello.
Yeah, you've been here. No, you came up. That's so awesome. That is cool. Yeah, that's awesome. It's awesome that you look at the listeners too. I think that's really important. All right, let's move into inspiration. I love inspiration. You seem to like inspiration too. I preach one life. Like we got one opportunity. All you can do is do your best every single day and keep going forward. What is one lesson that you've had to learn the hard way in your life?
I don't even know. What is one lesson I had to learn the hard way? I don't even know.
But don't share a room with Facebook person.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess that, if it like one lesson I had to learn the hard way. I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I feel like I've learned so many like lessons in my life. I think like, not like, I think like no matter what, like your life like takes you places. I think like I was feeling like I needed to do this one thing because I thought it was me, and I think that step from doing nursing to like Web3, like knowing when to step back and think about what, like, self-reflect, I think, like, and being able to make a big jump into something totally different and new waters, where it's like with nursing degree, I had a job, right? But like hopping into, like Web3 or, what we're doing on Twitter, it's like, what? It's like I'm jumping into the abyss and hoping for the best, right? So, because I like with on-chain TV, I mean, I'm doing it all for everyone, right? And I'm like, it's only so long, so it's kind of scary, but I mean, I enjoy it. I'm okay right now, but like, just like hopping into it and doing it is just like, it's like a, but I'm eventually, everything happens in life for a reason, so I'm just like doing it. So
yeah, no, I love it. We keep going. Lessons are learned every day, and you got to take losses to grow. So yeah. I think that's massive. Yeah. 100%. What do you love? What do you love about Web3 that inspires you to do it every day?
The people, it's like, I was saying this earlier this morning because I was like explaining to my dad about Web3 and like he was learning about it and stuff. He's like, he does like content and stuff, and he's like, everyone's asking about Web3 and stuff. And like, I was just saying this morning, I was like, I'm on my phone. There's like this new world, right? right? You got everyone kind of there. It's like a whole like new ecosystem. Everyone's a community. I like it's like totally different. And I think like what I enjoy a lot of it is just like the community aspect of it. Like, I will tweet or ask questions. I like it, involved with people who are answering, like, commenting. People show every day and like make me laugh. And like, I mean, I love it because like it just feels like family, and it feels like we're all growing and learning together. And like I'm like inspired every single day to like, make, the space like as positive, like, like a positive like area. Like I want it's so negative right now, the bear market and all these different things. And I just want to be there for people. And like, I just love people. Like I love people. So being like talking to people and like messaging people, just being there for people. I mean, I love it. So, and seeing the space grow and people grow. I mean, like Illa, he started out on TV. He's now like on like, working with Yuga, right? Same with, Miami Ape. She wasn't on TV. She's now working for Yuga. I'm seeing people like grow and succeed coming out of the spaces. I love it. So I absolutely love like watching, just like seeing people I know like succeed in space. And I like, yeah. So
that's so dope. That's so dope. But leveling up, yeah, like yeah, I love that too. Just seeing people win. And I think what you touched on was so great. Just like creating a positive space. We are just like this one big community. Yeah, it's incredible. I fucking love it too. What do you have like someone in your life that's an inspirational leader or someone that you've looked up to your whole life? Or maybe you look up to now. It could be maybe someone recently, or it could be someone you've looked up to your whole life.
I mean, my mom, she was she worked really hard with me growing up. And like, so like everything I did, everything I wanted to do, I mean, even with nursing school and stuff, like I kept doing it because I didn't want to like, disappoint her or something. But I mean, so like my mom, she's been a huge thing. Like just keep on, chugging along, right? It's like life wasn't very easy for us growing up, and like that didn't stop her. That shouldn't stop me. So like, I mean, just being like best that I can be every day. I mean, like she's been like a huge inspiration. So yeah.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. What is your favorite inspirational movie?
Oh my gosh. What is my favorite inspirational movie? I don't even know. I wish I had these questions beforehand. Like I'm trying to think.
No, it's best. It's on the spot.
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
What's your favorite movie?
What's my favorite? My favorite movie.
Well, no, your favorite inspirational movie, but I'm going to see if I can make your favorite movie into an inspirational movie.
What is my favorite movie? I don't even know. I like The Proposal. But that's not really like.
Yeah, it's not really inspirational.
It's not really inspirational. I like. Yeah, I don't even know.
You never like you can think of
I like
a movie
Finding
right
Nemo.
now that you.
I love Finding Nemo. That's inspirational.
So it's kind of
never giving up, like, right?
Finding Nemo's good. Yeah, it's good. The dad
he never gives
up.
He
sure.
finds Nemo.
Same with Nemo. Nemo doesn't give up either.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, are we stealing it? It's Finding Nemo. Is that
sure.
Is that real? Is that like is that an off the cuff? You're just like looking for one, or like that really?
I love Finding Nemo.
Okay. All right. My kids love Finding Nemo. Fucking Squirt is the best part of that movie.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's move into positivity. So you know me, I'm all about making positivity louder. I'm on a fucking mission. There's so much negativity in this world, and positivity is such a light, and it can change your entire life. And it's something that you have to work on every day, because just in our world, there is so much negativity. So I like to talk about positive mindset during this segment. So I'm just going to read like the general definition that I like of positive mindset. So positive mindset is the practice on focusing on the good in any situation. So that doesn't mean that you're delusional to shit happening in your life, but it means that even when bad shit happens, you focus on the good. So can you tell me about in your life where you've had a positive mindset and how you maybe practiced that and had to focus on the positive?
I mean, like, yeah, like you can't just say like I'm happy all the time. Like I am happy all the time, but like it does take a lot of practice, right? It takes a lot of reflection. It takes a lot of, you know, emotional intelligence or something. Just being able to hone down and like, I don't know, like it's just like the fact that like I work so hard to get where I don't know, like to not give up. Like if something happens that is like makes me unhappy, then I like look at it, or something that happens in my life to stop me. I look at it, understand it, and try to make sure like it get like I can like I'll like break it into pieces and then see it as a way of benefiting my life. Does that make sense? Like if something horrible happened, like I'm able to kind of turn it around to like something that could be good. Like everything I just tell myself everything happens for a reason. So like why did this happen, and understand it and just move on. Move forward.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think like I like to say divine timing, right? Like you're where you're supposed to be at all times. And yeah, I mean, the only thing you can do out of a bad situation is really like, how can I take maybe a lesson from it or grow from it
Yeah.
or get better from it? Like the fact is, like when you dwell on stuff, it's just so bad. It's like almost like cancer for your soul.
Like
And like, yeah. And so even like, right, like I've lost a lot of family in my life. And so like, but what I do is like, yeah, it's sad to lose like your grandpa or grandma or anybody in your life, but like if you focus on the things that they taught you or the things that they brought you in your life, the happiness or whatever lessons, and you focus on those things, then you're remembering them in such a positive way that of course, like we wish everybody could live forever, but it's just how it works. And so you can shift that on everything. And I think perspective is a massive thing when it comes to positivity. Yeah. And so like last night I was on that space I was telling you about, and you know, that one guy asked me like how I'm so like energetic or happy every day and how I practice gratitude. And I was like, once I just started leaning into gratitude every single day, like it was just a level up for me, because the thing that I told him was, we're not the 7th billion person in the world. And so like, the fact that we woke up, one, is a win. The fact that we have clean water, win. The fact that the 6 to 12 people that I love the most in my life are alive, win. Like, I really just don't know. I can't complain. I can't like force it's like, I almost just can't, because there's so many people in the world that don't have the opportunity or don't have those things. And so it's like, I just lean into gratitude is where my positivity comes from.
I love that. Yeah, no, like, you know, Mom always says, you know, you wake up, you think about, you know, what that day you can do to like make someone else happy. Like that's what she does, and that's like her inspiration for the day. And that's what I've been practicing too, right? What can I do today to make someone happy? And that's a huge thing. I mean, like you have a goal for the day. It could be small, but you're thinking about someone. You're also thinking, you know, and you also do your own thing, which is like, you know, today's going to be a good day. What can I do to help someone else? And then you have like this goal of helping someone else, and then, you know, feel good too. And like they feel good, and it's just, yeah.
Yes, I love that. Are you big? I'm big on telling people that I appreciate them. I think that's very important.
Yes, that is,
I think it makes,
that is amazing.
Yeah.
You have to do that. You have to do it. And like when I, even on my DMs, like, I mean, I get a few or something, like people just kind of reaching out and saying, hey, I really like your content. I really appreciate you. Or they say like, you know, I really like what you're doing. It feels good, right? So if it feels good for me, you know, and I see something on like Twitter, I see someone doing something really good, I will reach out to them and I'm saying, hey, look, I see you're doing this, this, and this. I see you. I appreciate you and everything you do for the space. And like, it's like paying it forward. Like, you know, it helps you keep on going, especially like Twitter, you know, the bear market, all these things going on. Like just having someone say something to you it can change, like it can make a big difference. I mean, it's like a domino effect. Like
yeah, it really is. And like, I've been telling people lately, like you have a friend that you might not talk to every day, like make a point to text them once a week and just say like, I appreciate you. And maybe give them some kind of words of affirmation, but like that, you don't know, like that could literally change their day, their week, their like, it could just make them tell someone else that they appreciate them. And so I think like that's the positive change that like can really change the world.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. What do you think the biggest, like, give me some of the biggest positive benefits for the future that Web3 brings?
The biggest positive benefits of what Web3 brings? What do you, in like the future?
Yeah. Well, just, yeah. I mean, in general, but like also what's coming maybe.
I mean, like right now we're like super early. I think the positive benefits right now is the fact that we're all growing and learning together. I mean, last night there was like a space that basically felt like I was listening to like a business meeting phone call and it was like live. So like I mean like the whole thing of like Web3 and like what we're doing now is everything is kind of transparent, right? You're like a part of it. You have founders coming up, you have people coming up and talking, asking questions, all live. Everyone can hear, it's recorded. And I think like we're all kind of growing and learning together and to create this entity of what, you know, we call like Web3 into something else. I know for sure like we are new, like we are so small, and being a part of it and just watching the technology kind of grow and like, you know, is, I mean, I am just super excited to see like what, you know, this space can turn into. Like, so I mean, with yeah, because we are like together. So I mean, I don't know. Like I'm just super excited. I mean, like I feel like it really benefits a lot of people too. It helps with the creative mindset, helps communities, leadership, and growing. And I mean, everyone's just like helping each other out. And it's not like that in the real world. I don't know. So I'm excited. So open mind.
Well, fuck it. Let's go straight into enthusiasm because you're already excited. So, yeah, fucking one life. Like, how can you not be excited? Like, let's fucking go. Every day you wake up, let's fucking go. Like, we're literally riding there. My wife gives me so much shit, but she has started saying it. So, like, as you know, she says as a joke, but like she's saying it. So, like, it's the truth. We are riding.
We're riding. I mean, like, who knows what's gonna happen? Like, I'm excited to be excited, and like when you ask me like what I'm excited for in the future, I mean, like I can't plan or can't see what's gonna happen with Web3. I know it's gonna completely evolve, regulations and this and that and that and this, but I know as a community that we'll be okay because we've already gotten through so many things. I mean, like I'm just excited for whatever's gonna happen. I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready for it. I'm ready to see what's gonna happen. So.
All right. This is going to be fun because I don't know if you're going to have these answers, but it's going to be exciting. This is my favorite question to ask. What are three things right now in your life that you can't get enough of?
3 things in my life that I can't get enough of?
Give me 3 things you're obsessed with right now.
My phone. Twitter. I don't know. Is it like an item? Is it like a what?
Anything. I don't know. Are you eating some type of food that you've been eating every day? I don't know. Like it could be like mine right now.
I mean, Twitter Spaces. Like I can't.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So phone, Twitter Spaces,
and chocolate.
Chocolate. All right. Let's dive into that. Like what kind of chocolate are you eating?
I just love chocolate. Like I mean, like Dove chocolate. I eat chocolate. Like I love chocolate.
Fuck. Do you like caramel in your chocolate?
No, I don't like caramel though. No, I'm. I don't like caramel. No, I just like chocolate. I'm super freaking plain. Like if you ask anyone, they're like, "What is wrong with you?" Like you literally like. I'm super plain. I like plain ice cream. I like plain chocolate. I like plain pizza. I like sauce and noodles. Like I mean like I'm super simple.
What's your favorite food? What's your number one food?
I love pasta. I can answer that quick. I love pasta.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. So where are you living at now?
I'm in Austin. I moved here from Maryland. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite like place you go to get pasta or no? Or Italian?
I like make it at home. Like literally, I mean, I like noodles, so I like to like literally. I mean, like ragu and friggin' noodles make me happy. So the littlest things, I mean, I'm serious. I'm so simple.
Yeah. No, that's great. No, I love it. It's great.
Yeah, I'm not like a big out to eat person. I like to, be more like eating at home, eating inside. So making my own.
So you were trained for the bear market. You were ready for it. You're just noodles. You could live off noodles. I
could live off noodles. I could make anything into anything. Right. I mean, like I was once in my dorm room having a rice cooker and seaweed and making freaking like, I mean, like
this is so funny. My grandma came to visit me last week, and she was telling about when she was in a dorm room. I don't even know, 50 years. I don't know how long ago. She said they had this like, oh man, what did she say? They had something that they were making soup with, and it was like the most dangerous thing she could have to explain to me, and I was like, yeah, you guys had it rough. You guys had it
Oh
fucking
my
rough back then. It
gosh.
was wild. I was like, Grandma, I'm so glad you made it out of that, because that bitch should have burned down. And she was like, yeah, I
Oh
know. And I was
no.
like, oh my gosh, it was so funny.
Oh my
That's so
gosh.
funny that you said that with the seaweed.
Like, yeah, I was on the freaking ground rolling up rice and seaweed, like eating that. Like, I mean,
Humble
whatever
beginnings,
works.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Let's
I
go. Like, I
mean,
love it.
yeah. So I'm fine. I'm like happy with whatever.
All right. What has been, this is interesting. What has been the biggest accomplishment of your life?
What has been the biggest accomplishment of my life? I think the biggest accomplishment was like when I said back in the day, like in high school and stuff, just getting through that rut and like going forward. I mean, like without that, I wouldn't be here. Without everything, I think my biggest accomplishment is just getting like, it's not one specific thing. It's just kind of getting through all the freaking tough times, you know, in my life, right? That's like a big accomplishment because without all that, I wouldn't have found where I am right now, right? So, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm still, you know, I think about like a big accomplishment. I'm still working towards like,
Yeah.
accomplishing stuff.
Yeah, no,
So,
for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. What has been the most exciting moment for you in Web3? One moment that was the most exciting.
one moment.
It could be anything, to be honest.
I mean, there's so freaking many. I mean, they're on my Twitter space. I mean, like one night, like we had, you know, someone come up. His name was like B Dice. He came up on my stage and he was like, he's been going through so much, right? He had like debt and all these different things going on in his life, and we were talking about it. And then, you know, Blau, he was on our stage and he decided, he just like, you know what? How much do you owe? He sent him all the money he was in debt to get his music career going on stage, like. It was absolutely amazing. And like I'm seeing a lot of these things in the space, like, you know, like a couple weeks ago someone lost everything. The whole community comes together, works towards it to help people, you know, who lose things, you know, gifting and all these different things. Like, yeah. So that has been like, you know, seeing those things in the community happen firsthand is like absolutely amazing. Yeah.
That's fucking
So
incredible.
yeah,
Actually,
I mean,
sorry, you go.
you know, you go.
Okay. A funny story about Blau is I went to high school, middle school with his younger sister, Madison.
Okay.
And I've been to their house before, and they're all like, the family is just incredible. And when he popped off, I was just like, this is fucking insane. But I basically I grew up with his sister. And so I'm in his brother's project, and I had reached out to his brother and was like, yo, I freaking knew your guys' sisters, but yeah, they're incredible people. So that's like amazing that he did that.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely amazing. It changed his life. So all the debt was like, you know, if you feel like debt just like it's like towers over you. You can't look past this debt. And so
Yeah.
having, you know, him coming to On Chain TV and like the family just kind of like helping out. I mean, we do those kinds of things. We help our own, right? So like that's what we do. So I mean, like it was just amazing to see that happen. It was like so great. So
that's fucking awesome. Holy fuck. That's so sick. All right. Before we get into dreams, I like to touch on a few things. Maybe like one thing actually. So I'm a big believer in faith, but I like to talk a lot about manifestation. Is it something that you do? Do you manifest things? Do you like, how do you feel about that?
manifestation's like huge. Like it's like I read like this book and it was like this whole thing about like just manifesting. Like you wake up every single day, you know, you manifest things. You think about what you want, right? Every single day. Like I want, you know, to build something or whatever. I want to be whatever I want to be. You manifest every single day. You wake up, you say it, you manifest it, you do it, right? You think about it every single day. And by manifesting and putting in the work is more likely to happen, right? Because like you're manifesting this and you're focusing on your goals. So yeah, I'm a huge believer in like manifestation. So like I think it's just the power of it all. Yeah.
No, I think it's incredible.
Super powerful. I mean, it's just like
Yeah.
our mindset. Our mindset is so powerful. Waking up, like I said, waking up and saying it's a good day. Waking up and just being like small things just make me so happy. Like, you know, it could I don't even know, like someone could be like hello and it would be like the best thing ever. I don't know, like I mean I'm happy over whatever. Like it's just like appreciating those things and like, you know, being able to just see the good things and stuff is super important. Manifestations and mindset super important. So.
100% like fuck. So fucking awesome. It's like it's so fucking powerful. Like, and the most powerful thing that I like to tell people, I just fucking spit everywhere.
That's okay. I'm like over here like
the funniest, the best thing that I like to tell people is tell people what you're manifesting. And then those people might go tell other people. And what that creates is this energy in the universe.
Yes.
And like that is so underrated because I tell people like the universe has our back. I fucking promise you, the universe wants us to win, but you gotta do it, right? You have to be deliberate about it. And like this is kind of funny that, well, like not funny that you're on the show now, but like I probably three months ago, I was telling people like I wanted Morgan, I wanted Farouk, I wanted to get Frank on, I wanted like all these people, and not just influencers, just people that I look up to, right? And I was like, I'm just gonna fucking do it. And I just kept working. And then I hit up Joey. I was like, Joey, do you know Morgan? Like I want to get her on. She's fucking awesome. And then you like before he even responded to me, you agreed to come on. And then I was like, I'm gonna get fucking Frank on. And literally last night I was just fucking commenting back to Frank. He fucking said he would do it in November. And it's just like, you know, talking about that, doing it, but then putting in that work is like, it's so much more rewarding. And like, I tell people like, I have nothing, like I maybe have like a couple hundred views on the fucking podcast every week or something, but it's like, it's just so incredible to interview people, influencers or not, like people that I'm getting value from is like, and just this connection that's just so amazing in the space.
Yeah. I'm super, I watch you on Twitter. Like you're freaking hyping up. You are positive. You're ready to go. Like, you're like, let's go. You're yelling at everyone. Like you're bringing people up. Like I see that, like it stands out and it's absolutely amazing. I'm like super excited to watch you on your journey. And I hope like I'm going to manifest it for you to get everyone that you want on this podcast. You're going to do great. So like, this is great. You're doing a great job.
I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Okay. Well, that's perfect segue into dreams. Maybe one of the most important thing. I think being a deliberate optimist is so important because you can be optimistic, but you also have to be deliberate about the things that you want and work towards them, and which I think both of us are very aware of. So what we do is the first question. This is incredible. It's actually an incredible process that I've done with everybody. And it's, what is the dream that you have for your life? But I'm going to read to you the dream that I have for my life first. And then you're going to go off the cuff the dream that you have for your life. So I'm going to go. So I'm Gentle Tornado. I am an honest, enthusiastic, and successful man that will inspire others to live their life through happiness.
Aww. So do I go like the same thing?
Whatever you want. I mean, listen, there's no pressure because every single person has done incredible because it's coming straight from your heart. Literally. I'm not kidding. It is going to come straight from your heart. So it's going to be great.
Okay, so I was gonna say, hello, I'm Morgan.
You're Morgan, okay?
Yeah. Hi, hello, I'm Morgan. I am. Oh gosh, I don't even know. Wait, oh my
You
gosh,
got it. Just let it go. Just let it go. You're thinking about it way too much.
My brain. I think way too much.
Yeah, just fucking let it go. Let it fly.
I am someone who is inspired every single day to bring people together and build communities, and also educate and kind of bring people from the out, like educate people in the space. I just want to just educate and help people in whatever way possible. So I've always been like that. So that's it. I mean,
let's go.
Inspire, educate, bring positivity, bring people together.
Boom. Huge fucking bullet points. That was amazing. 3. Okay. I actually love this. What if you could tell your 13-year-old self one thing, what would it be? Maybe a piece of advice, or I don't know.
Know that it's okay to know that it's okay to like take a step back. I think like that is super important. Like, know that it's okay to like take a step back, figure out what you need, and take action. Like, I feel like I pushed myself a lot in different directions because I wasn't able to take a step back and do what I needed. I was doing it more for other people. it's good to do things for other people, but at the same point, you got to take care of yourself too. Give. So I would just tell myself that, like, being able to take care of yourself, it's okay to just do you,
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's really important, especially for people that are caregivers like you, and I'm a giver by nature, you have to be 100% before you can 100% give to somebody else in the best way. So I agree with you, taking self-care, taking care of yourself, making sure you're in the right headspace, and then you can go help everybody in the world. But you really do have to focus on taking care of yourself. I think that's underrated, I think.
Yeah, it's super underrated. You just got to take care of yourself first so you can take care of other people, because it's really it's draining. It's draining being, you said, yeah. That's what I would tell myself. I mean, I wouldn't tell them anything about what's going to happen, because I don't want to mess up my whole life, right? I'll just tell them that simple thing, just being able to know that during the whole process, and maybe I could learn to just try step back and take care of myself too.
Huge. Okay. What is your biggest dream for yourself in Web3? Like, what is your biggest thing goal maybe? What is your biggest goal? Do you have a goal?
Biggest goal? My biggest goal is to kind of create more when I'm doing with like the whole on-chain TV thing. I think the biggest thing is creating a platform where not it's only educational to just Twitter, but also educational throughout, outside, like being able to provide education throughout everything, like the people on the outside of Web3, just giving, and I'm just, I don't know, like my end, like my goal is just to kind of grow slowly and like being able to educate, have a platform where it's like news, everything. But yeah, I don't want to like share too much because I have a lot of things that I want to do, but a lot of my stuff that's going on, like I'm like, my goal is to just get there, and I mean, it's like not a competition to me, like, so I mean, yeah, so like one of my goals is just to be this positive and a positive person in the space too, like just and being able to educate and make an all-inclusive space. So I mean,
huge.
Yeah,
I can't wait. Stay tuned. That's all
Stay
I've been telling
tuned.
people.
Yeah,
Stay tuned,
stay
MFers.
Let's
Listen,
go.
Can we just talk? I love saying MFers, but in the best way. It's the
Me
best.
too.
I just love
MFers. I don't even think about it being a different word. I just
No.
MFers.
It's amazing. I started like saying it to people. I gotta start. I'm using out of pocket in real life. I'm using MFers. I'm just like speaking Web3 to everybody, and my customers are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like I said to my wife,
alpha. That's some alpha right there.
My wife said something to me last night. I said, "You're acting real out of pocket right now." She fucking looked at me like she had to smack this shit. I was so funny.
Oh my God.
I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm too much. I'm into it right now. But it's so funny. All right. Well, we have a few things to close out the show. The first thing is I'm going to read you my favorite. Look at this beautiful. My wife made for me. My set list right here. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, real quick, inspiration. Build your dreams, or else someone will hire you and build them for themselves. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. We're going to read this poem. Hits hard. This is my favorite thing ever. Okay. It's called The Dash. Okay. So I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on the tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted that first came the date of birth and spoke of the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between those years. For that dash represents all the time they spent alive on earth, and now only those who love them know what that little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. So think about this long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left that can still be rearranged. To be less quick to anger and show appreciation more, and love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. If we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remembering that this special dash might only last a little while. So when your eulogy is being read, with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you lived your dash? Had you ever heard that?
Gosh, no, I love it. Oh my gosh, that was so powerful. Like, wow. No, I like that
Makes
a
you want to
lot.
run through. You want to run through a wall right now. I
Oh
love
yeah, I
it.
want to read it again and think about like, wow. I mean, that's powerful. I mean, like yeah. That was
Yeah.
wow. That was. I'm glad you
Just
shared that.
focus on the things that you can do every day for your, like, you're not even like your legacy, but just for like to making the most of it, making it matter.
Every dash counts. I mean,
Let's go.
every dash
Every
counts. Let's go.
every fucking dash counts.
Yeah, I love
What was your
that.
favorite part of it?
Just like looking back and looking at your your dash, like just like every single day is like it said dash, but like being able to make the most out of it. Like there's things that happen in your life, but if you can make the most out of every single day, I mean, you've made it, right? And being able to find those small things that you appreciate, like it's a big issue. Like even with me, it's like I'm trying to there's so many things that you want to do, but you can't focus on all these big things. You have to focus on the small things that you're able to accomplish, and those things kind of make you happy. So like just figuring out your dash, whatever you want to do that day, to work on yourself better and just do it. Like you don't have to. That's it, and then you just live your life. I mean, every dash counts. Like you're working every single day is like a stepping stone. Like I mean, I think that's like a super inspirational. Like yeah, so I mean, everything that happens in life happens for a reason. So look back and reflect is super important to grow. So like yeah. I mean, that's a really
Let's go.
powerful thing. Like asking me that after all that, I'm just like, my brain is like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's so powerful. I mean, like, yeah. So I liked it.
Let's go. Okay, so the final thing is that you get to leave the audience with a final thought. It could be anything, and then you get to ask them a question.
Ask them a question.
Yeah, it could be whatever. It could be like, what's your favorite chocolate? Or it could be something about Web3, or it could be, I literally don't, it could be anything.
Okay, so wait, what's the question again? Sorry, ADD.
So final thought. So like something you want to leave the audience with, like a statement maybe, and then a question for them.
Okay, final thought is just like, I think it's super important, just when you're in the space, Web3 or whatever, when you see all the anger, the mad, or whatever, to be able to step back and being able to think, like, to have your own opinions, to be, be your own person, and like not let all the negative noise in the space kind of affect your own mindset, right? Because it can be really toxic space. And just surround yourself with like your circle. I think that, I want to leave that too, and find your community, because like, you're gonna need them. This is hard. So I mean, I just say that, just like so, and always tell the people that you appreciate them when you see it. So
Let's go.
like that. Yeah.
Okay,
And then
what's
any
your question?
Man, my question is honestly, how can I improve like this for next time? Like I don't know. Like I want. How can I improve my interview? I don't know, interviews for next time. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you did great.
I don't know, like where do you all see yourself in 5 years?
Let's fucking ride. Let's go.
Let's go. That's a question. There you go.
Fucking go. My goal, you want to know my biggest goal is to be retired at 35. So I have 7 years and I'm going to make that shit happen. I've been saying it for the last 18 years.
Go.
So we're fucking riding. We're all going to fucking make it in whatever way we want. Do your shit. Be awesome. Be kind. Be positive. We're riding. That's it.
Let's go. Manifest.
All right. Listen, everybody, thank you for tuning in. This is Hyped Happy Hour episode 24 with Hello, I'm Morgan. Incredible person. Incredible everything. This is just a great episode. So thank you for tuning in. If you liked it, please like, share, subscribe, share it with anybody that you think could get any type of value. I'm just on a mission to make positivity louder. Woo! Peace.